Have you ever struggled with being comfortable behind your rifle? Well, it's probably because your rifle is not ergonomically fit to your body type. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what rifle ergonomics are and things to look out for when potentially purchasing a rifle off the shelf, such as this Tikka TAC-A1, or if you are looking at purchasing a chassis system or a stock for your precision rifle build. So Google defines ergonomics as the study of people's efficiency in their working environments. Now, how do I take that definition and apply it to a precision rifle? When I think of a rifle that has good ergonomics, I think, how can I be comfortable behind that rifle as well as maintain efficiency when in different or various shooting conditions? When I look at a rifle and I think about my touch points behind that rifle system, I have to think, okay, there's four main touch points that I have behind that rifle. One being the butt pad, two being the cheek rest, three being the grip area, and four being the bottom of the buttstock, or if I'm shooting in positional shooting, maybe up on the Foreend itself. So those are the main four touch points that as shooters we have to be aware of as we are trying to find a system that is going to fit our body type and our shooting style, as well as what we plan on doing with that rifle system. So let's dive into more of these touch points. So the first touch point is the butt pad. And so that touch point is our rifle to shoulder connection. And specifically what I'm looking for a butt pad is a butt pad that's nice and thin, such as this KRG X-Ray chassis and this Manners PRS-1. And what those thin butt pads allow me to do is really get that buttstock nice and medial so that I'm bringing that optic as close to my eye as possible without having to reach or cant my head too far over. Because the more that I'm canting, the more that I'm straining my neck in, again, various shooting positions such as the prone. Having a nice thin butt pad helps. Obviously, the larger caliber or cartridge that I'm going to, I want a nice and comfortable butt pad to help soften up that recoil. But moving on to the cheek riser, the cheek riser has to be of material that allows me to keep my face on the rifle for long periods of time. When I was a Marine sniper on the M40A3 series sniper rifles, even up to the M40A6 before I got out, we put moleskin on the butt pads to help with our face being put on the gun for long periods of time, and that it didn't essentially give us rashes, and that it was just more comfortable. So on this KRG X-Ray, I've got the overmolded cheek piece, which is made of rubber. So again, it's nice for long periods of time. Specifically with this rifle, I take it for hunting, and if I'm on the rifle looking at an animal, I'm not bothered by, again, the cheek riser at all, or the cheek rest. Moving on to the grip area. So the grip area is super important because this is where obviously we have control of the rifle and we have the ability to set up our trigger finger. Our trigger finger placement has to be 90 degrees to have that consistent trigger press. If you follow me on social media, on Instagram, you know that I preach 90 degrees of trigger control and why that's important. But when I look for a grip area, I'm looking for a grip area that allows me to build my hand accordingly without having to over manipulate my hand, that now my grip doesn't feel natural around the rest. So for me, the KRG X-Ray hits those for me to rest my hand naturally, achieve a 90 degree. And really what I love is this thumb rest on the X-Ray, the Whiskey 3, and the new KRG C4 that allows me to really get a good purchase of that grip area and use that thumb rest as leverage when I need to manipulate the bolt. As a bonus, what I really love about this thumb hole on the KRG chassis is the ability to really have good positive control of that rifle in various shooting conditions, especially if I need to move from position to position in a competition, or if I need to make contact and pull the rifle off of my pack because, you know, contact with an animal is imminent. So having nice positive control of that rifle to be able to wrap my thumb around, and then as I get into my shooting position, roll my thumb back over to more of a relaxed grip area. And then moving on to the bottom of the buttstock. The bottom of the buttstock, I'm looking for just, again, comfort of being able to place my support hand to support the back of that buttstock to help with recoil and obviously stability. I'm gonna have a rear bag of some sort back here, so I know there's different stocks or chassis that allow you to have different attachments on the back of that buttstock, such as this, again, KRG X-Ray. Depends on the rifle or application that I have, but I've got different types of rear bag riders, as you will, attached to these, the bottom of these buttstocks for, again, different applications. So that is also a consideration that you're going to want to have when looking for, again, a chassis or a stock system, depending on your application for long range shooting. So I have this one slick because I'm trying to keep the weight down as low as possible, because this is the rifle that I take on my backcountry hunt. And this rifle configured as it sits right now is exactly 12 pounds. So, and then last but not least, the forend, when I'm shooting in positional shooting, such as like the standing or kneeling, and I need to support the forend on some type of barricade to really help with stability. It's nice to have a nice wide forend to be able to have purchase of my support hand when I punch out to do like a modified C grip. And that really just helps with stability. So that is what I'm looking for on a chassis system. And again, I'm just gonna give you guys just generic examples of, let's say, this stock, this PRS-1. Got a nice thin butt pad. I've got the ability to adjust this cheek riser, but the cheek riser is made of carbon fiber, so there's nice attachments like the WeBad that allows you to soften up the contact of your face on the actual cheek riser there. We got a butt hook here for the for your rear bag and for your non-shooting hand, and then the grip area for me just, again, feels natural. Nice wide palm swell here that allows me to establish a 90. The only thing that I didn't really like about the stock is that, again, if I want to have positive control, it's hard to really, it's not natural to wrap around my hand like this. And so that is the stock. And here is an example of a Teak Attack A1, which is more of like a AR-15 style chassis system with your pistol grip. So this is nice to be able to obviously have a nice firm purchase and positive control of that rifle system when maneuvering it. But the downside is when I'm actually getting ready to shoot, it's hard to really have any kind of purchase of my thumb placement behind the bolt, just for my shooting style. Whereas it does meet the wickets of a nice thin butt pad, cheek riser. Maybe I might want to put some moleskin here because that is just plastic. And then I can have different attachments to the rear of the buttstock, like a monopod with this Picatinny rail. And then I've got a completely closed off forend to be able to wrap my thumb around for those positional shootings. Lastly, I would say probably one of the most overlooked feature of a rifle stock, in my opinion, is a nice smooth flat forend, especially when we start talking about shooting off our belly. And for an example, I'm gonna grab a bag here. And so having a nice flat forend like this allows me to put a bag on top of some kind of prop, or let's say that's a rock in the field or a log. And now I'm able to rest that rifle on the bag and not have to worry about losing control of that rifle. This bag has complete control of the rifle in itself. And so now I'm able to really maximize my stability and focus on my shot process as I am about to negotiate my target. So that is pretty much what I'm looking for with either a rifle stock or a chassis. Again, depending on my goals of what I want that rifle to accomplish for long range shooting. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what other things that you'd like to see. Other than that, appreciate you guys watching, share with your friends, and you guys know the drill. Keep your face on the gun.